Greetings, everyone, from Michael today on the beautiful campus of IUPUI. Welcome into the Indy 11 Postgame Show. John Kaluder here, high atop the mic in the press box, looking down on the pitch to a 1-1 draw between Indy 11 and OKC Energy FC. Goal by Nick Moon late in the first half on a nice corner. Gordon Wild put the boys in blue up. Heading into the break, Frank Lopez missed a chance in the third minute with a chip into relatively open net, but 6 minutes for that miss by getting on the end of Robert Coronado's cross to the sixth. Sneaking inside the right post to even things up. And a pretty, I don't want to say a mundane finish, but no major chances for either side to close out the minutes, resulting in a share spoils. Indy 11 now did 3 on the trot with 2 wins in tonight's draw, about 10 points, I believe, even with Birmingham Legion FC in the top division standings, while OKC fourth tie in 6 games with 4 draws and 3 losses on the camp, move above Memphis 901 FC of basement spot into 7th in the standings, showing signs of life than the first month of the season. Pretty solid result for OKC Energy FC. Indy 11 feels like, frankly, it feels like 2 points lost a little bit. Anytime you have a lead at home, you want to close that. That's something I'm sure head coach Rennie will impress upon as we wait for Coach Rennie to make his way over here. Josh Mason with the Eagle on the lookout for Coach. We're also going to get tonight's goal scorer, Nick Moon. AJ, Indy Star, Stock Takes Maven, Johnston joining us here, impromptu style on the post-game show. As Josh trying to intercept Coach. KJ, your thoughts of the 90 minutes tonight that played out?
Yeah, it summed up pretty nicely, I thought, John. It definitely was disappointing from the Indy perspective. At the end of the first half, maybe the first 5, 10, 15 minutes were like kind of even, but somewhere along the line, I don't know if it was at 15 or 20-ish, but the whole rest of the first half was all Indy. Just total momentum. The attack was clicking. Had a lot of success coming up the right side in particular. And it's just disappointing because it didn't completely like fall apart, but you could just see that second half whistle blew. You could just see that slowly OKC Energy was gaining confidence, and it kind of felt like that equalizer might come. And then, yeah, the very, very end of the game, I thought it got closer, kind of like it was at the very, very beginning. But from the Indy perspective, it kind of felt like dropped points, probably.
Would have to agree with that sentiment. We'll get the thoughts of, again, head coach Martin Rennie and hopefully forward Nick Moon, or midfielder Nick Moon, who scored his first goal of the campaign tonight on a really inch-perfect cross from Gordon Wild, a corner kick service. Indy once again showing its prowess from set pieces, similar to what they did 2 weekends ago here against Sporting KC 2. Gordon Wild really ran wild in the first half. I lost track of the amount of chances he either created for himself or others, but clearly he was a spark plug for the squad in attack tonight, along with midfielder Nicky Law, who was all over the pitch, as we've seen out of him in his early efforts for the 11. Rotated lineup a little bit tonight, with this being the second of a 3-game, 8-day stretch. We saw Nedeljko Malic get his first minutes and start in the 11 uniform, the veteran center back out of Bosnia and Austria. Spent 15 years in the Austrian first and second divisions before coming over this off season. He got his first start. It was a first start for Jeremiah Gutjahr, the Bloomington native and IU product, getting the start alongside Law in the middle of the pitch. Thought he put in a solid shift before exiting for Gershon Kofi about 2/3 of the way into tonight's match. Also saw a little bit of a new look up top with Cami Smith joining Wild and Manuel Arteaga on the front three of Coach Rennie's attacking line. So a little bit of a switch up. You're going to have a little bit of roster rotation. There was a little bit of concern with Naveal Hackshaw early in the second half. Looked like he might have had some type of injury to his midsection, but the Trinidad Tobago International was able to shake it off, get back on the pitch relatively quickly, which is good because he is likely to be counted on for the Soka Warriors in international duty coming up in CONCACAF region qualifying competition for the World Cup. So glad to see Naveal kind of shake that off, get back up there and able to finish the 90 minutes. Having got 2 starts in the last 2 matches would not be a surprise to see, even if he is around and not called up immediately by Trinidad Tobago, would not be a surprise to see him get an ease off the workload and perhaps be a part of the defensive backline rotation, which included Carl Wimet also tonight getting the start and the captain's armband on the right side of Rennie's back three. So it was good to see Captain Carl getting back out there and putting in some pretty good minutes, I thought, on the right side. A right side that kind of seemed to get more attention as the second half went on. I think Frankie Lopez really started to work, OKC really started to work that side of the field through him as the match progressed. First 10 minutes were a little stodgy for both sides, but Indy was really starting to take the reins of the match about a quarter of the way through, primarily through Gordon Wild, who, again, was distributing, taking chances of his own, getting on the end of things, really making things happen. As we've seen him do now twice in back-to-back games at home, also very active in last Saturday night's 2-1 win down at Louisville City FC. Although I think you saw some more shining moments in that match up top. Obviously, Jordan Hamilton finishing with a pair from the spot, but also Manuel Arteaga, who played another 90-minute shift again tonight, the Venezuelan, putting in full effort as we have seen him do here through Indy 11's first 5 contests. Again, Indy 11 drawing 1-1 with OK Energy FC tonight. Record going to 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw on the campaigns. And again, they had temporarily moved into the first spot after Saturday night's win, a win by Birmingham over on Sunday, vaulted them to the top spot, but they now share the top of the ladder with Indy 11, both teams sitting on 10 points. We believe we will be joined shortly as Nick Moon is back out on the pitch along with Nicky Law. Coach Rennie should be over to join shortly as we continue the vamp. We're going live, people. We're doing this live, and the beauty of live TV is this TV, they get first choice, as they should, as the official broadcast home of Indy 11. Maybe you're watching their post-game show concurrently with us to see if Coach Rennie and Nick Moon are going to say something different to us. I feel like this is the post-game show after dark or something where we can get different things out of the guys with our probing questions here.
Well, John, if it makes you feel any better, it really is kind of after dark. So if you're seeing what's coming on to the I guess to the south and the width of us coming our way.
I believe the meteorological term is there's weather coming our way. So we're going to try to make these quick and snappy because
And we got Mr. Nicky Law walking up as we speak, gentlemen.
fantastic. Law, the Englishman, veteran of
Fine over here until it rains.
English, Scottish, first, second, third divisions. Put in a heck of a 90 minutes tonight, and we'll get him on the headset here. Hello, Nicky. John Kaluder. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. You okay?
I am. How are you doing, more importantly?
Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, a little disappointed with the result in the end, to be honest. But yeah, well, obviously we move on. The games are coming thick and fast, so no time to sulk. Another home game at the weekend, and hopefully a slightly better result.
I'll let Kevin Johnson from the Indy Star and Sock Takes have first crack at you here. KJ, take it away.
Hey, Nicky. I'm wondering, you guys were on kind of a bit of a first half scoring drought coming into this one. Finally put one in the first half. Was that just a fluky kind of thing, or is that an issue that you guys have tried to address?
To be honest, that's the first I've really thought of it there until you mentioned it. It's not really crossed my mind. It's not something we spoke about so far. Of course, we'd love to probably score more first half games and make things a lot more comfortable than they are. Tonight was a great example of that. I think I'm not sure how many shots we had in the first half, but we had some great chances first half and probably came in 1-0 up, but it should have been more. In truth, to be honest, it was a very dominant first half performance from us. And just for whatever reason, I'm not too sure. I don't know if the game at the weekend took a little out of the legs and energy and things, but second half we just didn't quite match the first half, which was, I think, the biggest disappointment of the night. But yeah, moving forward, I think it's definitely something we definitely want to improve on, is obviously scoring more goals. We're creating chances. But yeah, we've got to obviously stick them in the back of the net if we want to win games.
And coach pretty recently switched to kind of a 3-4-3. So how do you like that what that's done to kind of open up the offense since coach made that switch? And also, how does that change your role as a CM, essentially having maybe one less body quite as close to you and having three guys in front of you?
Yeah, of course, there's been a slight change there. I was playing a little bit higher at the start of the season, and when we lost the home game here against Tulsa, as you said, the coach maybe tried something a little bit different, and that resulted in obviously me going a little bit deeper next to Gauffin and maybe one more slightly attacking body further up the field. Maybe, as you say, alluding to that we haven't maybe scored as many as we'd have liked up until that point. So, no, I think it's worked well. Obviously, as I say, we are disappointed tonight, but you could see in the attacking play it was a lot better tonight, and now it's just putting those chances away, and hopefully there'll be a game around the corner where all those chances go in, and obviously it's a lot more comfortable than it was tonight, because obviously when you don't put teams to bed, it can happen like it did in the second half there, where a team maybe goes on the counter and equalises, maybe undeservedly. I don't think anybody watching that game would probably doubt that we were the better side tonight and should have won that game, but obviously we didn't. So yeah, we need to move on quickly and look forward to another good game at the weekend.
I'll kind of segue into that. How much does it help having a game 3 days from now to kind of push this one out of the memory quickly?
Yeah, it's always nice. As you say, I think you ask any player, they'd rather be playing games than probably training. So I don't think anyone's complaining too much that we have a lot of games coming up.
Don't worry.
No, don't tell the coach. But no, it's, as you say, loads of games coming up. We're going to need everybody. Yeah, and lots to look forward to. As I say, it's a new squad of players as well. So
we appear to have lost Nicky. We will try to get him back. We had one more question I was hoping to fire away at him with. We will hold on as we sort out these technical difficulties. Please stand by. I believe we have found the problem, and if Josh Mason does not fall down the Carroll Stadium steps at great speed here in the next 60 seconds, we should be able to get back on there with Coach Rennie, possibly Nick Moon. We'll see who is on deck here. Interesting thoughts from the veteran English midfielder, Mr. Law. Reiterating that it did indeed feel like a couple points lost tonight. Mentioned the first half attacking effort from the squad, unlucky maybe to not enter the break up 2-3-0 instead of 1-0. But that's football, as they say. And unfortunately, Boys in Blue could not scratch across another, allowing OKC to stay within arm's distance and scratch across that equalizer in the 69th minute. Nice effort by Frankie Lopez, again, to get on the end of cross. And Nick won against the run of play maybe a little bit to even things up and send the visitors from Oklahoma back home with a pretty solid result, I think, to look back at this and see if they can build a little momentum while Indy 11 again moves forward quickly with bottom of the table Memphis 901 FC side Saturday night, 7 o'clock. You can catch that one if you cannot make it out here to Carroll Stadium. That one will be live on Wish TV. I believe that's the first Wish TV broadcast of the year, along with ESPN Plus, their usual streaming video coverage, and Xtos Radio and Xtos943.com. We'll have the action live in Spanish for our friends in Espanol. Again, waiting Josh Mason to get back on the camera here. Try to get set up. Looks like we have someone in the light here. Trying to see who that is. Nick Moon is on a headset. We'll try to actually get that headset feed through here. Hang tight as we, in the words of someone whose name I don't really want to mention, we'll do it live. Watching the sausage be made real time here. KJ, any good takeout recommendations? Are you vaxxed? Are you going out? Or are you on the town again with Chrissy? Or are you just laying low?
I am vaxxed. Got some breaking news for you.
Uh-oh.
Usually I'm covering the news, but it's a little too early, I guess, to say we're successfully pregnant, but my wife and I went through the thank you. We went through the IVF procedure and she just had the embryo implanted. So hopefully if everything goes well, about 9 months from now, there'll be a new Johnston running around with the mic.
That really is breaking news, and that's sharing a lot. And myself and our viewers, thank you for that. Hopefully you clear that past Chrissy first. But that's it's wonderful news. And
HIPAA violations.
Children are technically not welcome in the press box, but if you want to bring the little the newest little Johnston up to show off a little bit next, I guess the start of next season, we'll be ready for you guys.
Awesome, yeah, definitely. But do you want to? I kind of want to jump back and talk about the forwards. Shall we? You want to discuss some?
Yeah, go ahead and talk. I'm going to try to get Josh on the phone here so we can make contact down there. But please start, and I'll jump in here.
So in sizing up, I guess what you would call the top four strikers, which are pretty clear cut. I don't see that one really stands out significantly more than the others. I mean, you could probably like pick and choose, but in general, like I think they all deserve to be like in the rotation. And I think if Rennie is going to stick, in fact, with the 3-4-3, then I think the best way to go about that would just do like a perfect rotation. Like those four guys just alternate one game not starting. And then eventually, hopefully not, but someone might pick up a minor knock or something later, and then it's a no-brainer who starts, obviously. But yeah, with those top four strikers, I think it just every 4 games, each guy's going to play like 3 games and then sit that 4th game. So I would like to see just a true old-fashioned rotation up top.
It's a good problem to have. I'll say that. And having 4 strikers who, I'm trying to think. All 3 guys. You've got Hamilton, Smith, Arteaga, and forgive me, and Wild, all around the age of like 20, 24, 25, 26, 27. I mean, all guys who have logged, 6 to 10 professional seasons already, all seasoned guys. So you have guys with similar, I want to say, lengths of experience, not necessarily experience, similar experiences, because they're all playing in different leagues, literally across the world. But it's, and they all come in different styles. So what I'm interested to see is if 3 of them really develop a relationship and kinship in one rotation. If I think we've seen Smith might be that guy right now that is more the rotation guy rather than that if all things are considered and all guys are healthy, 100% full go, I think you're going to see Arteaga, Hamilton, Wild as that top 3, and it's very hard to argue with. But sorry, 1 second here. We need to add Josh to the stream here, so we'll hold on 1 second.
Should be there.
And here we go. It looks like we have reestablished contact on the ground, pitch side. The suspense is killing me. Who are we bringing in? Is it coach or Nick?
Should we hear him out here, Coach? Can you hear us, guys?
Yes, I can.
There we go.
I cannot, so go ahead, Kevin. Take it away.
There's nothing. I can't hear anything through the headphones.
Oh. Can you hear me, Martin?
Yeah, but not through the headphones.
Okay.
You good? Go ahead,
Okay,
get started.
Martin, I'm curious to know how kind of your scouting of a team and preparation of a team changes this year with the new conference realignment. Indy, as a franchise in franchise history, hasn't seen a lot of these teams in the Central. So how does that change, if at all, your scouting and preparation?
Yeah, I don't think it changes too much. We always do the same kind of work where we watch a number of games and just analyze them. Obviously, we know some of the players, and for example, Max has coached against OKC a few times while he was at St. Louis, so we have a pretty good idea of what their team's about. So yeah, but we just do the same kind of process that we normally do and find out as much information as we can, and then figure out what to pass on to the players and what the game plan should be, and then try and help them go out and play.
And a pair of guys got their first starts tonight in Malich and Jeremiah. What did you think of their performances this evening?
Yeah, I think they had solid performances. I think really like the whole team, the first half was pretty good, and then the second half, wasn't quite as much energy and drive in the team as I was expecting in the second half. I felt that we were almost more like playing the result rather than the game. We're winning and we were looking fairly comfortable, but instead of staying focused on what we do and how we play and moving the ball and creating chances, pressing and getting after the other team, I felt like we were more just kind of almost like just hoping to get through the second half, and that's not how we play and that's not what we want. So I think coming off a big win in the game before, it was a little bit of a letdown in the second half and something that we need to put right.
And another kind of mini trend is you guys have been on not a long drought, but hadn't scored in the first half of a game for a little while. So tonight, you even though things didn't go your way in the second half, you were able to put one up in the first half. Is that just something that you don't even look at? Was that a concern at all, or just a fluke in your opinion?
I mean, we played 5 games, is it? And we've scored.
Yeah, very small sample size.
Yeah, we scored in the first half in 2, so that would be hard to say it's a trend.
Yeah, Nicky hadn't really noticed. He was like, "Oh, it's news to me." So, yeah, I didn't know if that was something you guys
It isn't really a thing, is it? If we played 5 games and we scored in the first half twice.
I will say one trend you may like is that I don't believe we've given up a goal in the first half in any of the 5 games.
Well,
talk a little about that.
You guys are having more of a nightmare than we had in the second half.
We're having a bit of a shocker as well.
That was only a few days ago.
Trying to emphasize the negative, Coach. Talk a little about the rotation tonight. Guys like Malich, Gutierrez getting their first starts. Carl getting his first start, I think, in a couple games here. Talk a little about thoughts on the rotation, whether that's just strictly 3 games in 8 days trying to manage the legs, or seeing something else and some guys maybe trying to give some guys some minutes.
Well, I think we've got a really good squad, and I want the guys to all I want them all to play, and I want them all to have the opportunity to take their opportunity when it comes and to be able to adjust the team a little bit. And I felt that it was right to do that with 3 games in a week, but also it's 4 games in about 12 days or something like that. It's a lot of games coming quickly. So we want to try and rotate the team a little bit, but was expecting a little bit more energy in the second half. And I think, to be fair to Jeremiah and to Malich, both of them, that was their first start, as you say, but they've also been out for quite a long time previously where they haven't played any games. Now, they're both very good players, but they just need a chance to kind of get themselves into the mix. And I thought they did well. They tired a little bit as the game went on, but of course you would absolutely expect that. So I think, yeah, for their first start and for the amount of time they've been out, I think they did well.
And sorry if I missed the question jumping in late, but how happy are you for Nick Moon to get his first goal across the season, just with the work he has put in these first 5 matches?
Yeah, really happy. He's playing well. He had a great pre-season. He's shown just how good he is as a wide player. He's added a lot to his game, added a lot to our team. And so, yeah, he's up and running, doing well. I think there's a couple other guys just need to get a goal to kind of settle them down. In that first half, we had a lot of chances, maybe just snatched at them a little bit, which can sometimes happen when you haven't got your first goal yet. But hopefully that'll come and then be something that we can consistently be on top of and putting the ball in the back of the net.
Okay, Jay, anything else?
Yeah, Martin, since you kind of switched to the more of a true 3-striker formation recently, are you pleased with the results since making that change? And should we continue to expect to see that formation going forward?
Yeah, I think, I'm generally pleased. I'm disappointed that we didn't win the game tonight. I think that would have been something I expect us to do. And I think that other than that, I think the start of the season has really been quite good. We had a letdown a little bit in another game, but for the most part, things have gone well for us. We definitely see room for improvement, but at the same time, I think we're unbeaten now in 3 games. We're top of the division that we play in, and we know that the start to our season is quite a tough start. Quite a lot of difficult games, and so I think we're navigating it pretty well. But just need to dust ourselves off and really make sure that we do a good job on Saturday and get ourselves in a really good rhythm.
All All right. Thank you very much for the time, Coach, for your patience, both timing-wise and with our maybe off questions a little bit. So we'll let you escape here, and we'll hear from you again on Saturday night.
Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, we are going to wrap it up, as I believe the gentlemen are starting to become a lightning hazard downstairs. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you again Saturday night, again, 7 p.m. Kickoff here against Memphis 901 FC. Come on out, join us. Tickets are available at Indy11.com. Get the best seats remaining at the mic. We'd love to see you out here. You can watch the post-game show as you're exiting the stadium, and it'll probably start less than a half hour later than the final whistle next time. So it's still early in the season for us too. We're ironing out things here as we get things going here via StreamYard for post-game shows. We appreciate everyone's patience and comments. We'll try to get to more of those next time as well. Encourage you guys' thoughts and to chime in. So thank you, KJ. If you would like to have us follow up with Nick Moon, I'll be glad to get you in touch with that. We'll follow up offline. But for everyone else, thanks, and we will see you Saturday night from the mic. Take care.